Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Mr. Olympian's Old Time Wrestling. Glad to have you. Had some good times. We're going to spotlight some wrestlers. Man, today I'm going to spotlight a man that was one of the best bad guys in the territory back in the 80s. This man traveled and worked with every federation there was in the world. He went to Japan, Puerto Rico. Man, he did shows in Hawaii. He didn't just stay in any one spot. But that man, it will be my teacher. If you see this, Mr. Ivan Koloff. There he is in a photo with his nephew Nikita. Now, I first saw Ivan back in the early 80s when I was a little kid. He was teaming with another wrestler named Don Cornudo. Good wrestler. They had a good team. They were a tag team. Pretty phenomenal in that age. They were a good heel team. And then there was a change up where Ivan turned on Don Cornudo. And then much later, it wasn't too long, he came with Nikita. He brought nephew Nikita in, and they had a very good run fighting different teams, especially feuding with the Rock and Roll Express, if you remember. But Ivan was a very, very tough man. He was born in Canada, and I can't remember how he got into wrestling. I can't remember. But he was a different character before he became Ivan. And he was the WWF champion, I think, by beating Bruno Sammartino, I believe it was. But later on, as you grow older, you get older, and you get into careers and whatever. I happened to be working security as a police officer at a wrestling event. So when I went, I was able to meet a bunch of the guys, and they were telling me, because I was always been interested in it. Never could find a school nowhere close by, So I was told about Ivan Koloff, and I located him in his school. He had a school, Pro Wrestling Academy, in Indian Trail, North Carolina, which is just outside of Charlotte. So I went. I paid my money to do my tryout. Now, folks, it's a tough business, and it's no joke. You got to be in shape. And he put me through the test. He was trying his best to get rid of me, which is what they all do. They want to separate the boys from the men, if you will. So, I mean, and that was the toughest thing that I've ever been through in my life. I think it was tougher than playing football. Got to have some good cardio. You got to stick with it. It was real tough. Lessons on learning how to fall, learning to do all of these things, learning all of these moves. So, there again, I say that ring ain't no trampoline. It's hard. At that time, he had 2 rings set up in a warehouse, and he had one of the older style wrestling rings that had a spring jack in the middle of it, that when you fell, it would spring, but it would make that noise. Boom, And the ring made enough noise by itself the way it was made. You hear all the rumors about, yeah, we put microphones under the ring. No, you didn't have to do that. That thing was loud enough when you hit. And Ivan always amazed me, looking at him in the later years as he grew older. He still looked good. He still had a build. And I was like, man, when I get his age, I'd sure love to look like him. And could go. And see, people on the outside looking in, they have a preconceived notion. They'll see a guy that he might have a belly or something, or and they say, he's fat, out of shape. Contrary. I know some of the guys, man, that could go get in that ring and go. I mean, just go. and it's the cardio. A lot of times you'll find that the bodybuilders find it hard and they don't make good wrestlers because they're so stiff. And for me, I found out they run out of breath, run out of gas too quick. So they spend a lot of time building the body, but they don't build the cardio. You need to have that cardio to go with it, man. You know, you really do. You got to have that cardio to go with it. But I wanted to spotlight Ivan Koloff, man. What a great guy. Keep you laughing. Good teacher. I mean, he wanted to make sure you knew everything before you graduated from that school. All your falling, all that good stuff. A unique thing about Ivan Koloff, man. When you think pro wrestling school, okay, I'm going to learn how to be a pro wrestler. Ivan gave you another lesson also, and I always appreciated that, man. Ivan taught you how to defend yourself for real if you was to get in a fight. You got your pro wrestling lessons and you got your self-defense lessons. How to fight, how to take care of yourself if you needed to. Because back then, a lot of the guys, you know, were womanizers and partiers and would go to the clubs and stuff. And if you got in a fight and lost, you were fired. That's how closed the business was. They believe in what they call kayfabe, never exposing the business. If you're a wrestler, you're supposed to be tough, and that's just the way it was. There was no way around it. That's just the way it was. He was a good guy, man. I remember him to this day, you know, and he loved the sport of wrestling. He loved for every good guy, you got to have a good bad guy that would make that good guy shine. And Ivan was one of them, man. So, hey, man, if you like what you see and hear, hit like and subscribe. I'll have some more episodes later on where I'm spotlighting more wrestlers. Hey, I'm glad to have you. Be a nice person as each day goes by. Have a good one.